शून्यवादी पश्चातादे सतारिणे किब जयो जयो गोरा चंदे आरती कशोभा किब जयो जयो गोरा चंदे आरती कशोभा जानवी तटवने जगमनलोभा किब दक्षिणनी ताए चान पामे गदाधारा विकटे अद्वैताश्विनी वस छत्रधारा किब बसी अच्छे गौराचान रत्ना सिंहासने आरती कोरे ना ब्रह्मा अधिदेव गाणे किब नर हरि आदि कोरी चामर दुलाया संजया मुकुंद वासु कुश आदि गाया किब शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताला माधुर मृदंगा बाजे परम रसाला माधुर मृदंगा बाजे परम रसाला शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर मधुर माधुर बाजे शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर मधुर माधुर बाजे Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol. Bahu koti Chandrajini Vadana Ujjvala Galadeshe Banamala Kore Jalamala Kiva Shiva Shuka Narada Preme Gada Gada Bhagati Vinodadete Gurara Sampada Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Nittai Gauranga, Nittai Gauranga, Gaura Hari. Gaura 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 Hari, Gaura 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 Hari. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol. श्री नाम संकीर्तन की जगत गुरु श्री प्रभात की जय।
Ashtatarasadhi Shima. His Divine Grace Shila A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Goswami Maharaj Jai. Iskcon Vandavacharya Shila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Bhatita Pavana Savior the fallen souls Shila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnu Pan Balamaham Zabadi Vajakacharya Ashtatarasadhi Shima. His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Kodi Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Sakoho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopinath Shamakun Radhakun Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Jamuna Mai Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Jasi Devi Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Gaura Premananda. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to His Divine Grace. Srila Prabhupada Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pachanine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschadadeshatarine Namaste Narasimhaya. Yato yato yami tato nasingha. Bakhir nasingha hridaye nasingha. Nasingha madin sharanam prapadye. Tabakara Kamaravare Nakam Adbhuta Singam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Brihangam Keshavadita Narahari Rupam Jayajangadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Bhagavana ki jai.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Iskcon Burlington. On behalf of the temple management, my name is Jagannath Mishra Das, and welcome all of you. So today we have a special program. We'll introduce our guest speakers in just a moment. So if I can have your attention, we'll do the Hare Krishna mantra first of all. Please raise your hands in the air. All together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So I'll just tell you about the program. We just had Arti, and from now until about 6:30 we have a class given by Maharaj, and I'll get Mahabhagavat Prabhu to introduce to you Maharaj and Mataji. So the class will run from now until about 6:30, and then from 6:30 till about 6:45 we'll have Kirtan, and Maharaj will be asked to lead the Kirtan. We ask all of you to stand up. The chairs will be to the side. We'll all dance softly to the sound of the Hare Krishna mantra. The Kirtan will last for about 15-20 minutes, and then we'll have prasadam, and we'll finish by 7:30, like that. So just a quick thing is that we have a wonderful program, many programs, but the main program is on 22nd of August, as you know, which is the Burlington Jagannath Peace Fest, okay? That'll be on August 22nd at Spencer's Smith Park. I won't say much about it because you'll hear a lot about it as well in the forthcoming months. We'd like to keep the time short so we can give maximum time to the class. So I'll pass the mic to Mahabhagavat Prabhu, and he will do the introduction. Is everything okay for you?
Being too close to the speaker is dangerous for him because it's a silent sound. As far as possible.
Hare Krishna. Welcome to our Iskcon Burlington Saturday Feast program. Once again, I'm very privileged to be here, actually for the first time. My name is Mahabhagavat Das. Jagannath Mishra Prabhu and Mother Shachi are one of my earliest teachers in Krishna consciousness in Iskcon Toronto. So we go back a long way, and I'm very grateful to be here, part of this community. I'm going to speak a few words about Sankarshan Prabhu and Mother Vishnu Priya, my Gurudev and Guru Mata. So, how many of you here are at least 60 years old? One? 60. Come on. Okay, there's only one in the whole room. Huh? Two? Three? How many more? Three? Three. 4, 5. Okay, at least 60 years old. 5. In this whole crowd, there are 5 people who are at least 60 years old. But these two devotees here, Sankarshan Prabhu and Vishnu Priya Mataji, have been practicing Krishna consciousness for 60 years. Okay. So, Guru Mata started when she was a schoolgirl. Gurudev started just after high school, basically in the first year of university. And they have never looked back. And they have practiced consistently, enthusiastically, and they have influenced thousands of lives around the world in more than 100 countries around the world. Sankarshan Prabhu, who is also my spiritual master, pioneered internet preaching. You know what? When the internet, nobody knew what the internet was back 26 years ago. He started what is known as the Ultimate Self-Realization Course, which is the longest running continuous e-course that speaks about Krishna consciousness within Iskcon or anywhere else in the world. So I have a request for you. How many of you have phones? You have phones? Okay. Now, normally people say put your phone on silent, put it on vibrate, don't let it go. But I'm saying pull it out. Hold it right in front of you and type the following thing into a browser, okay? Go for it. I'm waiting for it. Pull out your phones. Okay, go to www.joincourse.com, joincourse.com, joincourse.com. I'll wait for you when you have typed the thing and you see the website. Let me know. Okay, joincourse.com is live. Okay, now put in your name, put your email address, and then let me know once more. Once you're done, and that's the very same e-course that I joined in 2004. And then I asked 600 questions. Some of them were really terrible questions, but I think many of them were very terrible questions. Let's be honest, but he answered each of them very patiently. And then 4 years after these interactions, I realized that I'm actually speaking to my spiritual master here, who has cleared out all my conceptions and opened my eyes with a torchlight of knowledge. So Sankarshan Prabhu is a disciple of Srila Prabhupada, started practicing in 1968, initiated in 1971, has been traveling all over the world tirelessly on around the world trips for decades now, and just does it. And he supports not only his own disciples, but also disciples of many other spiritual masters across Iskcon. So what happens in that course is, have you put in your email addresses into the thing yet? Okay, yes, good. So what's going to happen is, you're going to get one email per day that takes about 2 minutes to read, just 2 minutes. And in this 2 minutes, over the last 22 years, I have learned most of what I know about Krishna consciousness. Because drip system, tiny little drip system. And you get to ask all of your questions personally, and you get answers exactly according to Srila Prabhupada has instructed us. So, and he does not farm out the answering of the questions. In other words, you send him an email, and he forwards the email to me, and I answer, and it doesn't work like that. He answers directly. It remains very, very directly, from which I think most disciples of Srila Prabhupada cannot make themselves that accessible to answer every single question by email promptly. Right? I've seen him on email for 11 to 13 hours a day. That is at peak. That's his primary service. That's what he does. So today, he's going to be speaking, glorifying the Srimad Bhagavatam, as you know, and Jagannath Mishra Prabhu has definitely spoken about this before. We're glorifying the Srimad Bhagavatam. We want to make the Srimad Bhagavatam as widely accessible as possible to as many souls as possible. So if you have one copy already, that's good. But if you don't have one, please get one for yourself. And if you already have one, then you can get it for someone else. Or if you don't know someone else, Jagannath Mishra Prabhu is a doctor. He knows thousands of people who could use the Bhagavatam set. Thousands. He knows thousands of them. Okay, so you cannot sponsor enough Bhagavatam sets. Okay, so now that you have signed up to the e-course, joincourse.com, and you are going to start getting the emails, there's another thing that happens, which is you get a weekly email. And the weekly email contains one lesson on one verse of the Bhagavad Gita. So you can imagine there are 700 verses in the Bhagavad Gita, how long it's going to take you to complete the course, that many weeks. And if you actually engage with the course, it's a very good way to get very deep into the Bhagavad Gita. You have all these crash courses. Learn the Bhagavad Gita in 3 days. Learn the Bhagavad Gita in 18 days. But actually, here you learn the Bhagavad Gita in like 4 years, right? But very deep and very detailed, verse by verse by verse by verse, okay? So, please welcome Sankarshan Prabhu by loudly chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra once. Together, 1, 2, 3. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
So what's my schedule on how long am I speaking and how long am I doing the book sales?
Just 1 second. Half an hour for the class and 20 minutes for Q&A.
20 minutes for Bhagavatam.
All inclusive. You have a total of about
An hour. Then what do you promote the Bhagavatam sales also?
So you can speak about
Yeah.
the verse, and while you are doing
Yeah,
that,
okay. I'll do it. So 1 hour I have, okay.
1 hour 45 minutes. You have 45 minutes over here.
45 minutes.
Yes.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. No. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Jasoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Jasoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjam Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjam Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Jasoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Jasoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. So thank you very much for inviting us to come here today to be at this wonderful gathering of Vaishnavas. I've been asked to speak today on Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd Canto, Chapter 3, Text 17, one of the most wonderful verses in all the Vedic wisdom. This is ecstatic. Repeat after me to invoke auspiciousness. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. One, it's 2, 3, 17. 2, 3, 17. Ayor harativa pumsam Ojannastang shayannaso Sejarte yachano nita Uttama shloka vartaya Ayor harativa pumsam Ojannastang shayannaso Shetarte yachano nita Uttama shloka vartaya Ayo haradevai pumsam Ojannastang chayannaso Shetarte yachano nita Uttama shloka vartaya. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. Both by rising and by setting, the sun decreases the duration of life for everyone except one who utilizes the time for discussing topics of the all-good personality of Godhead. Purport. This verse indirectly confirms the greater importance of utilizing the human form of life to realize our lost relationship with the Supreme Lord by acceleration of devotional service. Time and tide wait for no man, so the time indicated by the sunrise and the sunset will be usually wasted if such time is not properly utilized for realization, identification of spiritual values. Even a fraction of the duration of life wasted cannot be compensated by any amount of gold. Human life is simply awarded to a living entity, Jiva, so that he can realize his spiritual identity and his permanent source of happiness. A living being, especially the human being, is seeking happiness because happiness is the natural situation of a living entity. But he is vainly seeking happiness in the material atmosphere. A living being is constitutionally a spiritual spark of the complete whole, and his happiness can be perfectly perceived in spiritual activities. The Lord is the complete spirit whole, and his name, form, quality, pastime, entourage, and paraphernalia are all identical with him. Once a person comes in contact with any one of the above-mentioned energies of the Lord through the proper channel of devotional service, the door to perception is immediately opened. In the Bhagavad Gita 2:40, the Lord has explained such contact in the following words: endeavors in devotional service are never baffled, nor is there failure. A slight beginning of such activities is sufficient even to deliver a person from the great ocean of material fears. As a highly potent drug injected intravenously acts at once in the whole body, the transcendental topics of the Lord injected through the ear by the pure devotee of the Lord can act very efficiently. Our reception of the transcendental messages implies total realization. Thus, the fructification of one part of a tree implies fructification of all the other parts. This realization for a moment in the association of pure devotees like Shukadev Goswami prepares one's complete life for eternity. And thus the son fails to rob the pure devotee of his duration of life, inasmuch as he is constantly busy in devotional service of the Lord, purifying his existence. Death is a symptom of the material infection of the eternal living being. Only due to material infection is the eternal living entity subjected to the law of birth, death, old age, and disease. The materialistic way of pious activities like charity is recommended in the Smriti Shastras, as quoted by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Money given in charity to a suitable person is guaranteed bank balance in the next life. Such charity is recommended to be given to a Brahmana. If the money is given in charity to a non-Brahmana without rabbinical qualification, the money is returned in the next life in the same proportion. If it is given in charity to a half-educated Brahmin, even then the money is recorded double. If the money is given in charity to a learned and fully qualified Brahmin, the money is returned 100 and 1,000 times. And if the money is given to a Veda Paraga, one who has realized factually the path of the Vedas, is returned by unlimited multiplication. The ultimate end of Vedic knowledge is realization of the personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, as stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Vedashta sarvaryaham eva vedyaha. Bhagavad Gita 15:15. There is a guarantee of monies being returned if given in charity, regardless of the proportion. Similarly, a moment passed in the association of pure devotee by hearing and chanting the transcendental message of the Lord is perfect guarantee for eternal life, for returning home back to Godhead. Maddhama gatva punar janmana vidyate. In other words, a devotee of the Lord is guaranteed eternal life. A devotee's old age or disease in the present life is but an impetus to such guaranteed eternal life. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jata Bandakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Sham Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamshcha Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Svamaniti Namine Namaste Sarasvate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Both my rising and my setting, the sun decreases the duration of life for everyone except one who utilizes the time in discussing topics of the all-good personality of Godhead. So, my dear ladies and gentlemen, what are we doing here today? And kid also? What are we doing here today? We're discussing the topics of the all-good personality of Godhead. What does this mean? The rising and the setting of the sun is not decreasing our duration of life. In other words, we're entering, by this discussion, we're entering into the dimension of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. When I arrived here today, one of your wonderful devotees asked, say, how are you doing? And I said, I'm eternal, full of knowledge and bliss. If he asked my body, I have to say, well, it's a bad bargain. It's going down. 78 isn't very great, I tell you. 78, the older you get, our senior citizens confirm, the older you get, it becomes more and more of a nightmare. It's a whole list of this is wrong, this is wrong, this. But when you take up this Krishna Katha, Machtata Magata Prana Bodhayantak Paraspatam Katayantav Yacham Tishanti Mantacha. The thoughts of my devotees, pure devotees, dwell in me, their lives are surrendered to me, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss by liking one another and conversing about me. So why rot away in a deteriorating body when you can live in a state of eternity and knowledge of bliss 24/7 simply by engaging in the topics of Krishna? Why Krishna? Why not President Trump? Why Krishna? Well, Krishna happens to be the source of all existence. He's the ultimate powerhouse behind everything. He's empowering everything. Nothing can function. In fact, Krishna is holding this building together right now. If you feel like Krishna is building a collapse, you see. Krishna is the ultimate support of absolutely everything. He supports your existence. He supports the universe, the sun, the planets. Krishna is behind everything, supporting everything. So when you connect with Krishna, then you're really, really, really connected. This purport is full of the most amazing stuff. I mean, there's not enough time to talk about it, but half an hour is a joke. The original Bhagavatam class we calculated in 168 hours. 7 times 24, 168 hours. That's just skimming the surface, 168 hours. What is 68 minutes? Not even 68 minutes do we have to do. So we'll just hit some high points here. I really like this statement. Prabhupada is so expert in his writing. Just consider Prabhupada sitting there in his room in the middle of the night. All the devotees are sound asleep. And Prabhupada's sitting there conking over sleep, writing these Bhaktivedanta purports. Just trying to connect with Prabhupada, you see, by understanding what he was feeling, what he was thinking, what the mercy he was giving by these Bhaktivedanta purports. It's like we have these Bhagavatams here, you see. There's so much mercy in every single word. It's Prabhupada's labor of love. Prabhupada has fully realized he's tasting Krishna, he's experiencing Krishna at every minute and every thought, word and deed, in all time, places, and circumstances. He's absolutely, totally connected with Krishna. Yang Shama Shunyana Machintya Gana Svarupam Yang Purana Purisham Navayovanam Cha Vedeshu Durlama Badurlama Madbhakto Govindamari Purisham Tamahamajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is Shama Sundar, Krishna himself, with inconceivable and innumerable attributes, whom the pure devotees see in the heart of hearts, with the eye of devotion tinged with the salve of love. You see. So, the pure devotees, they're experiencing Krishna, they're actually seeing Krishna not only within, they're experiencing Krishna everywhere, wherever they go. In fact, this reminds me of the first time I got to hear Prabhupada. Wow, was that great. Woo! Talk about ecstatic. Wow. I heard about him from Vishnu Jan Swami and the other devotees. Now I'm going to see Prabhupada. I get to meet Prabhupada. June 1971, San Francisco, at the Ratha Yatra. Met him at the airport. It's kind of funny, actually. There was no ride at the airport. He arrives and there was no car to pick him up. He's standing there. Then when I arrived, there's a car to take me to the temple. There was no car. Can you imagine? Was Prabhupada angry? No. He stood like an aristocratic gentleman. He has a cane, he's standing there, an aristocratic gentleman, waiting for, not a word of complaint, just patiently waiting for his ride. So we all there was about 50 or 60, I was standing there, taking maybe 100. We're standing there taking darshan of Prabhupada. We're always grooving on Prabhupada, looking, drinking him into our hearts, but through our eyes, But then we got to Rath Yatra, and he spoke something. There was 300 devotees, and 3,000 were called the hippies. Their long hair and their beads and the flowers on their hair and the whole Haight-Ashbury scene. And Prabhupada said, you have all seen God because Krishna says, I'm the light of the sun and the moon. And then he said, every time you drink water, if you remember that Krishna is the taste of the water, immediately become Krishna conscious. To become Krishna conscious is not difficult, simply requires practice. So Prabhupada is actually seeing Krishna everywhere, and he was teaching us how we can also see Krishna everywhere. So this is why we accept a spiritual master, you see. There in Waterloo, somebody says, why accept a guru? Well, actually, everybody accepts a guru. But the trouble is, we're taking our mind as our guru. We have called a bad guru. My mind is my guru. A guru is natural. Like a dog wants a master. Every dog wants a master. That's the thing. He's really happy when he has a master. In India, we see the street dogs are very miserable, you see. Every dog wants a master. Every living being wants a master. But we take our mind as the master. That's the difficulty. When you actually accept a spiritual master, now you're a bona fide guru. There's so many bogus gurus out there who mislead you and cheat you, rip you off big time. When you actually meet a bona fide spiritual master and take his instructions of your very life and soul, your life becomes transformed in a spiritual celebration 24/7. So you're not celebrating 24/7, you're not really connected with the bona fide spiritual man. Even if you're initiated, but you're not celebrating 24/7, you're not really connected yet. So why are we studying this knowledge? To get connected with Guru and Krishna. When you're connected, when you're connected with Guru and Krishna, you become disconnected from the material world, you see. It's just something out there in the material energy, you see. It's not really affecting you anymore. Can you imagine not being bothered by old age, disease, and death? Even death is a piece of cake with icing on it. Can you imagine? Ice cream and cake. Death? Yeah, it's a fun. Maharaj Parikshit said, this is a great blessing. I get to die. Because that Brahman Shringi, that Brahman son Shringi has cursed me. That's ecstatic. Can you imagine? He was ecstatic. And the demigods were noticing this whole scene, and they were also very happy about the whole thing that was happening. How this great personality was going to attain the spiritual sky, showing by his example how to become Krishna conscious even at the time of death. So anyway, there's so many points here. I've given extension for 15 minutes, so we'll take full advantage. See what I can pack more nectar into every single syllable of this katha. You see, more nectar, pack it in tightly. You see, just like you go for a long trip, you want to really pack as much as you can in the suitcase. I want to pack as much nectar as I can in this Bhagavatam. If we're not identifying with spiritual values, then we're simply wasting our time. What does it mean to realize the realization of identification of spiritual values? What are spiritual values? What's valuable spiritually? So many things are valuable. The realizing identification of spiritual values, actually transcendental knowledge, you see, to realize I'm not this body, I'm an eternal spiritual being, qualitatively one with the Supreme Personality of God, the source of all existence. These things we must realize, and we must celebrate, we must propagate also. That's why these Prabhupada put in the books, to propagate it, you see. Here's a little insider secret, my dear ladies and gentlemen. The more you give Krishna, the more you get Krishna. So how much do you want Krishna? You know what Prabhupada told us to do in LA in 73, December? He said, become Guru to deliver the whole world. Was that for the sannyasis only? No. Was that to the brahmacharis only? No. Was that to the women? Even the kids. The kids, the youngsters. Prabhupada said, he told the whole audience of the Bhagavatam class, become guru and deliver the whole world. So what's the advantage of embracing that world deliverance mission as your life and soul? Well, it goes back, the more you give Krishna, the more you get Krishna. So how much Krishna do you want? Do you want to, not in the mood of giving Krishna, just have Krishna for yourself? Kanishta adhikari. It's good, but it's not good enough, you see. Take the mood of a propagator. What's it called? Preacher, you see. Take the mood of a preacher wanting to give Krishna, what is it? Jari dekata dekada. Krishna upadeshamara gaya guru haryatari desh. Lord Chaitanya's order, whomever you meet, instruct him in the teaching of Krishna, and this by my order, you become guru and live with the people of this country. So what am I doing in Canada? You could say, I'm from the U.S. I shouldn't be preaching in Canada, right? Because it's not my country, right? And I'm going to go to Lithuania and Bulgaria. I shouldn't preach there because it's not my country, right? I'm a U.S. citizen. I can only preach in the U.S. He said, well, it depends on how you understand country. Why not accept the whole material world as your country? It's a big country, is it? But actually, we're meant, Prabhupada to deliver the world. He didn't say just deliver where you're born. So country for us actually means the whole material existence. Live with the people of this country. So anyway, we'll go a little further here. Human life is simply awarded to living humanity so we're going to realize his spiritual identity and his permanent source of happiness. Did you realize this an award? It's like you win a contest, they give you a little award. You say, do you realize you've been awarded with this human life? It's a special award. Do you realize you've been awarded by getting a human form? It's a special award. Congratulations, you got a human form. It's a special award. You see. Did anybody teach us that in the school? No way. Okay, kids, it's time for recess. I mean, that's all, time for mathematics, arithmetic. We never taught it, you've been awarded a human life. We never taught that in the school, you see. But now, in the real school of Iskcon, you see, in the Prabhupada school of Iskcon, we've learned this is an award we've received. Having this human form of life is an award so that we can realize our permanent source of happiness. Why Prabhupada says permanent source? You see. Well, what about the temporary source of happiness? Well, sometimes we do say there's happiness in the material world, but it's temporary, you see. Now, I ask you this, is temporary happiness real happiness? Would you like to have some temporary happiness? Temporary happiness is not really happiness because you're in anxiety when it's going to go away. You see? So temporary happiness is actually simply suffering masquerading as happiness. Temporary happiness is not real happiness. So the permanent source of happiness, that's what we want. Then we get real happiness. If it's permanent, then we have real happiness, you see. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. That is the key, how to open the door into eternal happiness. Spiritual Master Srila Prabhupada has given us this key. He's put it in his books, in the movement, and it's given in so many ways. The mantra, the prashadam, the deities. So many ways Prabhupada has given us this key to that realm of eternal happiness, permanent happiness. Another interesting point here, a living being, especially the human being, is seeking happiness. Why does he say especially the human being? That means the non-humans being are also seeking happiness. The non-humans also are seeking happiness. But especially the human being is seeking happiness. Because happiness is the natural situation of a living entity. So what does that mean? Why do you want to be happy? Anybody figured out why you want to be happy? Do you know why you want to be happy? Because it's natural. Happiness is the natural thing. just like a fish wants to be in the water, so the living entity wants to be happy because that's his natural situation. Being unhappy is unnatural. When I was a kid, working at a summer camp, one of the counselors said, "You're going to take the good with the bad." Sorry, I didn't buy it. I want only good, you see. You got to take the good with the bad. No, I don't want any bad. I only want good, you see. Because that is a natural position. Pure, unadulterated happiness. But then Prabhupada, he is vainly seeking happiness in the material atmosphere. He's looking for happiness in that place where happiness does not actually exist. Then Prabhupada quotes this. I'm skipping over a lot of sentences because we're limited in our time here. But Prabhupada's now referring to Bhagavad Gita 240, endeavors in devotional service are never baffled, nor is there a failure. Wow. That's pretty amazing. Sometimes we feel, well, I tried to be, I tried to get up for Mangalarti and I didn't hear the alarm and I overslept. That means you're having Mangalarti in your home every day, right? Or maybe you haven't gotten to that point yet. But the point is that endeavors are never baffled. The point is this: whatever endeavor you do make is your eternal asset. In the beginning, you may not be chanting 16 rounds. You're only chanting 1 round, or 4 rounds, or 8 rounds. But that doesn't mean you're a failure. Whatever you're doing is your eternal asset. Even if you don't become fully Krishna conscious in this lifetime, which we hope you will, though, of course. But if you only achieve, 40% Krishna conscious in your next life, you'll start off at 40. You won't go back to 0. So the point is, any endeavor you make is your eternal asset. You see? You never lose every class you hear, every mantra you chant, every bite of prasadam you take, every darshan you take, every time you associate with devotees, you do some service. Every little thing is building up your spiritual bank account. It's never lost. So that's a very nice thing. A slight beginning is sufficient to deliver you from the great ocean of material fears. Wow. Can you imagine even a little beginning? Even a little bit of beginning can deliver you, Prabhupada says. Even Guru Maharaj was given the example in Waterloo of Ajamil. He made a little beginning, but because of that he actually was able to chant Narayan's name at the time of death and achieve perfection. So it doesn't mean you should stay at a slight beginning level. But even a slight beginning can help you achieve perfection. I always give the example of my dad. He was a meter, he smoked pipe or whatever. He wasn't following our principles, but yet he liked our movement. He appreciated it. He glorified our movement. And he even rode a bicycle one day all the way to downtown Houston to hear a lecture from one of our sannyasis. He really liked the lecture. So he had an appreciation of our movement. That appreciation itself was bhakti yoga. At the time of death, he was there in an old folks' home there in Austin where Guru Maharaj and I were living. And we got the word he was getting ready to die, so we got in the car and headed right over there. They had a television set. You can die watching TV. My God. Watch a TV show where you're dying. My God. Phew. Then he was in total anxiety. His face was like, and we did a kirtan. She and I started a kirtan. His face became completely peaceful, and boom, he left the body, hearing the holy names. You see. So I expect to see him in Goloka someday. Oh, Dad, it's good to see you again. See, it's so nice how you appreciate a movement. I'll see how you've been rewarded for that appreciation, you see. So even a slight endeavor can give you the highest perfection by Krishna's grace. There's another nice point. As a highly potent drug injected intravenously acted once on the whole body, the transcendental topics of the Lord injected through the ear by a pure devotee, the Lord can act very efficiently. Well, Here we have a pure devotee. Srila Prabhupada has given us this Bhagavatam. And if you, simply by taking this home and reading it every day, we recommend taking it home and put it in your shelf, worship it very nicely. Every day, start with volume 1, the first volume, and every day get the family together and read the Bhagavatam together for a few minutes. Read it and discuss it, what everyone was realizing. Ask everybody to read something and ask your wife what you realized, let the kids what you have learned from this, have a discussion about what you're learning from the Bhagavatam, you see. And that little bit of, but that will inject transcendental topics through the ear from the pure devotee Srila Prabhupada. And that little bit of injection of transcendental topics will act on will completely fructify your whole consciousness. That's the point. Our realization of the transcendental messages implies total realization. Our means through the ears. Just as rectification of one part of a tree implies rectification of all the other parts. So there's really nothing to hold us back except laziness and craziness. Don't be lazy, don't be crazy. You have human intelligence. After millions of lifetimes, you got a human body. Now utilize it intelligently. Don't throw it down the drain running after sense gratification. Utilize your human life intelligently to connect with Krishna and reestablish a relationship as an eternal servant. This is what Prabhupada is teaching us, and this is what we are passing on to you, what we have learned from our spiritual master. And then Prabhupada continues, this realization for a moment in the association of pure devotees like Shukadeva Goswami prepares one's life for eternity. But well, there's Shukadeva. How can I get Shukadeva's association? Right here. He's speaking the Bhagavatam. You're bringing Shukadeva Swami right into your own home. Can you imagine? Shukadeva Swami comes right there into your home, and you can associate directly with Shukadeva Swami, associating with Shukadeva Swami. Can you imagine how powerful that is? Have Shukadeva Swami right there in your own home? Wow. That's how powerful the Bhagavatam is. You have Shukadeva Swami right there in your home. You see? And this prepares one's life for eternity. In other words, become qualified to go back to Godhead. One devotee there in Waterloo, he asked, what is it like when you die in Krishna consciousness? He wanted to know what that was like. What's the experience like when you die in Krishna consciousness? And I told him very simply, what I heard from Prabhupada, you go to sleep and you wake up with Krishna. Wow, can you imagine? You go to sleep, you wake up with Krishna. There's Radharani, the gopis, the gopas, the cows, the calves, Govardhan, Jamuna, the peacocks. And you wake up in Goloka Vrindavan. No worry about the commute, or paying your mortgage, or putting gas in the car, or charging your electric car, or whatever. It's all there. Just go to sleep and wake up with Krishna. That's the advantage of reading the Bhagavatam every day in your home. Don't just take it home. Everybody, whoever doesn't have a Bhagavatam, today pick up a copy. We have, how many sets do we have here? Only 2? We have more in the back room. How many sets do we have for sale today? 25? Okay, everybody, that means everybody here can go home with a set. If you don't have a set already, who doesn't have a set yet of Bhagavatams in your house? You're too shy to say? There's 1. She's brave. 2. Anybody else not have a set yet? Everybody, who has a set of Bhagavatams in the home? Jai. All right, so those who don't have sets, this is your great opportunity today. A Prabhupada disciple is here, and he's here giving the opportunity to get a set. I guarantee if you get a set today, you get special blessings from Srila Prabhupada. I guarantee you. And so anyway, you bring Shukadeva Swami into your home, and then this nice statement here, and this is Bhagavatam also, we're reading Bhagavatam. You'll find this in the 2nd canto. And thus the Son fails to rob the pure devotees of his duration of life. What does that mean? This means the Son robs the non-devotee of his duration of life. Would you like if a bandit came in your home to rob you? Who likes a robber come in and rob you in the middle of the night in your house? It's a horrible experience. Well, you're being robbed every day if you're not Krishna conscious. You're being robbed every single day. The ultimate robber is coming. Time is the robber of those who are not Krishna conscious. But time is the best friend of those who are Krishna conscious. So anyway, Prabhupada continues, death is a symptom of the material infection of the eternal living being. Did you know, do you know that we're infected? We're infected. We have an infection. Wow. We have an infection. The infection means we die. If you have an infection, it can cause very bad symptoms. If you're infected, it can cause very bad symptoms in your body. Just like I stepped on a nail today, there's a little blood, and we were afraid it might be a rusty nail. So my wife arranged that I could have some herbs to make sure I didn't get infected. My kind wife here. So we have to make sure we don't get infected by taking the ultimate medicine, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Only due to material infection of the eternal living being subjected to the laws of birth, death, old age, and disease. So let's get free. Let's no longer be infected by the material nature. Let us get free of this infection by studying the Bhagavatam, by chanting Hare Krishna. And now we get to the clincher, the final paragraph. The materialistic way of pious activities, like charity, is recommended by Smriti Shastras and quoted by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So, let's get to the essence here. Veda Paraga, one who has factually realized the path of it, to turn unlimited multiplication. In other words, that person is actually fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness. You give money to him, now when you buy Bhagavatam, you're giving money to Prabhupada's movement, you see. So it's the same principle. You get unlimited multiplication back. Whatever money you give, you get unlimited multiplication back. So whatever money you give to those who are purely propagating Krishna consciousness, you get unlimited multiplication back. Just like we're donating money for the Mayapur temple, for example. So many nice things we can donate to the traveling preachers also to help with their plane fare. Whatever we're doing, that money comes back unlimitedly. So donating to Krishna consciousness movement, to the preachers of Krishna consciousness movement, it gives unlimited multiplication. In the future, you get it back unlimitedly. Wow. Can't lose anything by supporting Iskcon. That's the point. You gain everything by supporting Iskcon. There is a guarantee of monies being returned if given in charity, regardless of the proportion. Similarly, a moment, now this is a simile actually, and now we get to the essence of it. A simile, a moment passed in the association of pure devotee by hearing, chanting, the transcendental message of the Lord is a perfect guarantee for eternal life, for going home back to Godhead. So here I am associating with Prabhupada, you see. Prabhupada is right here. Prabhupada is personally present right here. Here I am in the association of Srila Prabhupada, and I'm hearing and chanting. I'm chanting, I'm also hearing my own. You are hearing and I'm also hearing. We're all hearing together here. Chanting means you're also hearing. So I'm chanting the Srimad Bhagavatam philosophy, and I'm hearing it also. We're all hearing and getting the advantage of associating with Prabhupada, and this is guaranteed eternal life for going back to home, back to Godhead. Madhama garbhata panarjanmanana vidjate. Eternal life. And in the final sentence, devotees, old age or disease, welcome to the old folks club, our senior citizenship. It's an impetus to guaranteed eternal life. So in other words, the older you get, the more you're fortunate. The more your body starts falling apart, your ears go bad, your eyes go bad, your prostate goes bad, your sense of balance goes bad. The more you get old and suffer old age, you're becoming more and more fortunate. Can you imagine? You're more and more fortunate because now your impetus to guaranteed love is becoming stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. Now you've been thinking, oh, I can enjoy this body. We have this feeling we can enjoy our youthful bodies, but that goes away with age. Goes away. this problem and that problem. Oh my God! And the doctor says I have this now, and that doctor says I have that, and oh my God! You see, so it's a great blessing. The suffering of old age is a great, great, great blessing. Disease in old age, because they're an impetus to guaranteed eternal life. So now we have about 15 minutes left. Anybody? In Waterloo, we had unlimited questions. I couldn't believe it. It was amazing. We couldn't even answer all the questions. There were so many of them. Anybody have any questions? Or you're being defeated by Waterloo? Yeah.
Hare Krishna Guru. I was once challenged when we talk about happiness as being the natural state of a living entity. I was challenged by saying you're confusing desired state with natural state.
Confusing what?
When I was talking to somebody that the soul's living entity's natural state is to be happy, he challenged me back, saying you're confusing desired state with
confusing desire with
like the state that you're desiring to versus your natural state. You're confusing the two different terms. He said, I want to be wealthy. That's
I want to be what?
I want to be wealthy, rich. That's a desired state, but that's not a natural state. In the same way, I desire to be happy.
Being rich is natural, actually. When you own Krishna, you own everything. Being rich is also natural. Those who are Krishna conscious, they're unlimited rich because Krishna becomes the owner of everything. You own the owner of everything. So it's straight true. The devotee is unlimited riches also. He's unlimited happy and unlimited rich. Unlimited famous also. His fame is spread, we say, Ebigas Kushakti Bhavana. His fame is spread all over the three worlds. Become a pure devotee, you become the most famous, the most rich, the most powerful, the most happy, everything is all there. It's all in one package deal. Achieve everything. Everything desirable achieved by the devotee. Everything desirable. There's nothing left. Every desirable thing is achieved by the pure devotee. Everything.
So desired, agreed. But will we call that as a natural state, like we say for happiness?
It is natural. Being unlimited rich is natural. Being powerful, all these things are natural. We're going about it in the wrong way, that's the problem. The spiritual master teaches us how to achieve the natural position. Power, everything is there. Krishna has power, beauty, renunciation, wealth, and fame. Pure devotees also have those things. They also possess them. Because Krishna becomes their personal property. You see, Prabhupada explains how the pure devotee can make the whole universe tremble. Can you imagine? A pure devotee is so powerful by his devotional activities, he can make the whole universe tremble. A pure devotee is so powerful, you see. Anything else? And you have to help me now. What you're doing there, you need to come here and help me. And is that it? There's one.
What can you do every day to become a pure devotee?
We can let Guru Maharaji can answer this one. What do everything to become a pure devotee? Well, you get up before sunrise, chant 16 rounds, sing the Gravastakam prayers, offer an arti, and then avoid illicit sex, meeting, intoxication, and gambling. And then you're well on the road to pure bhakti just by doing those simple things. And you go your normal activities after that, your job, your work, your household activities. You do your normal things after that. What do you do normally? You're an employee or a housewife? What do you do normally?
I do work. I'm also a mom.
She's working and she's a mom.
How many kids you got? One? Where is your kid? Oh, right there. So you can be a first-class mother and a very successful worker also, earning a good income. At the same time, we call it the sandwich program. Krishna in the morning, Krishna in the evening. You see, it's a sandwich. And your work and all your material duties are in the middle of it. You get Krishna in the morning, Krishna in the evening. You begin your day with Krishna and end it with Krishna. And then, so this way. To easily be a pure devotee of Krishna. Bhaktivinoda Thakur was an employee of the British government. He was a great Vaishnava Acharya, and he was an employee for the British government, you see. Prabhupada was a businessman, Day's Pharmacy. But he was a pure devotee, even running a business, he was a pure devotee. And he also worked previously in Dr. Bosch's laboratory as a manager. So Prabhupada is an employee, he's a pure devotee, as a businessman, he's a pure devotee. So you can be a pure devotee in any position. In any position, you can be a pure devotee of Krishna. There's nothing holy about it. Haitakiya pratiyata. I preserve what I have and carry what I lack. Everything is there. If you take Krishna Bhakti is the only business of your life, to always remember Krishna, never forget him. If you take that vow, I must always remember Krishna in every situation, Krishna will help you in every situation to remember him. So now you do that. Anything else? Yes.
Hare Krishna Gurudev. Can one perform devotional service while being resentful in life?
Can one perform devotional service while being resentful?
Resentful. What we do is I always have an attitude of gratitude. But you can be, that's an interesting question, resentful. There's a way to actually never be resentful, by saying everything is, it's a nice story that Guru Maharaj gave the other day. I can repeat it, very nice story. There was a king traveling with his prime minister and a bunch of his soldiers on a hunting expedition in the forest. And some cobra came out from the forest, and the king's horse became frightened and threw the king on the ground. And the cobra came out and bite the king on the finger. So the king knew, if this poison is in my finger, I have to immediately cut it off, so otherwise I'm going to die. So he went, wham, he cut off his finger immediately. And the prime minister was there, and he bandaged it up, and he said, don't worry, your majesty. Whatever Krishna does is all right. The king made him so angry. Whatever Krishna, my finger's gone. I'm going to throw you in the dungeon. When he came back to the palace, he put him in the dungeon. And later on, the king was on another hunting expedition. And without the prime minister, he was in the dungeon. And he got separated from his soldiers, and some dacoits, worshippers of goddess Kali, captured him. And they can offer him as a human sacrifice to goddess Kali. They got him all prepared, and they said, oh my God, he's missing a finger, we can't offer him. And he was thinking, the prime minister was right. Whatever Krishna does is all right. So he went back to the palace, he went out of the dungeon. He felt so bad, he apologized to his prime minister, but he said, but I see you're all peaceful and happy. You're not angry, I put you in the dungeon. He said, my dear king, just see, I have all my fingers. Whatever Krishna does is all right. So if you really have that vision that Krishna is acting at every minute for your benefit, then there's no question of being resentful. Resentful means you're not Krishna conscious. That's it. Just sometimes we feel we're being abused by this devotee or that devotee or this karma or that karma. We may feel we're being mistreated or abused sometimes, but we have to see behind that, whatever Krishna does is all right. Krishna has some plan for our benefit in every situation. That way you can rise above the plane of resentment. Anything else? Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I have two questions. They're interrelated. The first question is, what is a proper mood by which one can develop faith in the teachings of the Bhagavatam?
What is the mood one can develop to... Sorry, say that again.
What is the most proper way in which one can develop faith in the teachings of the Bhagavatam?
What is the proper mood in which one can develop faith in preaching of Bhagavatam?
Why only Bhagavatam? The faith of Krishna, preaching Krishna Bhakti. Actually, I have one book called Truth Works, titled Truth Works. We have faith in preaching this because we know it's practical, it's effective, it actually benefits. It applies to Bhagavatam, Prasadam, all the aspects of Krishna consciousness. We know that this will benefit people. Anybody who gets a Bhagavatam set, who chants Hare Krishna, takes up Japamala, who visits Vrindavan, or any of the activities of bhakti, we know from our own experience how much it benefited me. We know, and according to the great acharyas, we know it will benefit anybody and everybody. So because we know it will greatly benefit, it's the greatest welfare work to give Krishna consciousness to others. So from our own experience, from studying the example of others, by hearing from the great acharyas, we know there's unlimited benefit in distributing books, distributing prasadam, preaching to them, giving them our kindness, our love, inviting them to programs. We know these things are unlimitedly beneficial, therefore very eager to help everyone get out of their misery by bringing them to Krishna consciousness. Isn't it? Yeah. Anything else?
And part 2, Maharaj. So when people are reading other books, let's say other Vedic books, how do you get them to convince them, okay, that the Bhagavatam has everything that the Vedas contain? How do you convince people? What approach do you take, Maharaj?
If people are reading other Vedic books, how do you convince them that Bhagavatam has everything in it and they should be reading it?
Amalam Puranam. This is the spotless Purana. In the Vedic literature, there's the Yajurveda, Atharvaveda, Samaveda, Rigveda. The Vedas contain all knowledge, even the military science is there in the Vedas. So the Vedas give all kinds of knowledge in various things, but the highest knowledge is that which gives liberation from the material existence. So, and plus the Bhagavad Gita, which is the doorway to the Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita clearly states, Raja Vijaga Raja Goyam Mapitam Adamuttabam. This knowledge is the king of all education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge because it gives direct perception of the self by realization. It is everlasting and is joyfully performed. So according to the Vedic wisdom, Bhagavad Gita is the king of all knowledge. And what did Prabhupada bring on the Brotham? He brought the Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam, but he also wanted the Gita. The Gita is the doorway to the Bhagavatam. So we recommend Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, especially for persons we're cultivating, those 2 books. There's so many other books talking about this and that and this and that, but where's the time to read all these Vedic literatures? They're all summarized in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, Prabhupada said, he's given us all these books. He said, all my disciples, all of my followers must read all my books till they fell down to eating and sleeping. So Bhagavatam, Nectar Devotion, Teaching the Lord Chaitanya, all the books that Prabhupada has written, we recommend everyone to have a full library of all the books. Why only Bhagavatam? Chaitanya Charitamrita is there, Nectar Devotion, Sri Upanishad, with all the books that Prabhupada directly authored. They are the recommended library for every follower of Iskcon. That's a bet. According to Prabhupada, not my words, according to Prabhupada himself. All of my disciples, all of my followers, and read all of my books. So there's so many other books. Sometimes I'm asked to give seminars on other books, and I do it. But somebody asked me to do a seminar on Harinam Chintamani by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So I do it. I'm giving a seminar on some books of Sanatana. I do these things, but I'd rather do seminars than Prabhupada's books. But in those seminars, I'm going to point back to Prabhupada's books. In the seminars I do in these other books. They asked me to do them, and it's to give me a chance to preach the importance of Prabhupada books. We got 3 minutes left. You're all really defeated by Waterloo, by the way. They had so many questions, but couldn't even answer all of them. Yeah.
Maharaj, if somebody has committed Vaishnava aparadh, how do they come back from that?
If somebody has committed a Vaishnava aparadh, how do they come back?
Obeisances and begging forgiveness.
What if they are not Krishna conscious?
Well, they're going to get their reaction. If they don't want to apologize for their offense, they don't bow down to the feet and beg for their offense, they're going to get a severe reaction. Prabhu. They have to suffer the reaction. That's the way it goes. That's the law. That's the way it goes. If you commit a Vaishnava aparadh and you don't beg forgiveness, you're going to get a heavy, heavy reaction. That's a fact. Nothing you can do about it. You can, Krishna, please bless me, I convince them to apologize. One thing you can do is point it out to them. You've made a very serious offense. You tell them you've made a very serious offense. You can tell them. Maybe they didn't think it was offensive. But maybe you're being offensive and thinking that they were offensive. That's another one. Maybe it's actually your offense. So be careful. You got to be really careful. You're walking on thin ice when you get into this stuff. Thin ice. Maybe you're making the offense, thinking they made the offense. So you got to be very careful on these things. Very careful. Talking about Vaishnava aparadhs are very dangerous. You got to really know what you're talking about by purity of devotional service, and carefully study in Prabhupada's books. You got to really know what you're talking about. Okay, our time is officially up. If anybody wants to squeeze in one last question, we can do that. That's it. We thank you very much for tuning in. Bhagavatam, who's going to be this Prabhu here, you're the salesman for the Gita, the Bhagavatam? Who's our salesman for Bhagavatam? Everybody come get your Bhagavatam set here. And my books are also here today too. First Bhagavatam, and then if you already have a Bhagavatam set, then if you want to buy one of my books, you don't have a Bhagavatam set, you can't get it. My books are only available to people who already have Bhagavatam sets. Okay, thank you very much, Hare Krishna. Oh yeah, I also have an e-course. Who's going to help us sign up for my e-course? You go here to Sudarshan Prabhu, and she also has. They will sign you up for my e-course. It's a free. Put your name and email address and click. You get some Krishna Katha every day in your email, plus questions and answers will be there for you as well. Thank you very much, Hare Krishna. Huh? Is it a loud kirtan? No, I can't. I don't want these loud kirtans are haram. Loud kirtans have damaged ears. Loud kirtans are not good for me. I can do mellow ones like Jaivano, not the bang, bang, boom, boom kirtans. Hard for I have a damaged ear.
Hare Krishna. So as Marge said, I think there was one person that raised their hand that does not have Bhagavatam set. I was sitting in the front. But please, we have these sets. What's the price, Yogeshwar Prabhu? Yeah, okay, so you can contact Yogeshwar Prabhu. And if there's anyone else that would like to take a set, if you have a set but would like to gift one, also talk to Yogeshwar Prabhu. Thank you so much. So please don't leave without a Bhagavatam set if you don't have one. Haribol. All right, so we'll all stand up, and now we'll do some kirtan. I think Bhagavad Prabhu, would you like to lead that? Yeah. So it'll be the Maha Mantra for the next 10-15 minutes. We can put the chairs aside, and then we'll have prasadam.
No, please don't.
we should get out of here? My hearing is turned off right now. You're saying I should get out of here? Let me turn it up so I can hear what you're saying. Yeah, Daisy? Let me see if I can. What is it? Why don't you just tell me what I should do? My hearing is
Namo
badly adjusted.
Vishnupadaya Krishna Vrishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namo
There he is, Sarvagya.
Krishna Vrishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namaste Saraswate Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jaya Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Sankirtan ki jai. Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmani Vaishnave Swalpa Punyavatam Rajan विश्वासो नैव जायते शरीर अविद्याजाल जड़ेन्द्रियता है काल जीवे फैले विषय सागरे तार मध्य जीवा अति लोभमय सुदुर्मति ताके जेता कठिन संसारे कृष्ण बड़ दयामय करी बारे जिह्वा जाय स्वप्रसाद नदी लाभाय सेयानामृत पाओ श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गुण गाओ प्रेमे डाको श्री चैतन्य निताय जय निमाय जय निताय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री महाप्रसाद की जय। श्री महाप्रसाद कुक्स की जय। श्री महाप्रसाद ऑनरर्स की। श्री महाप्रसाद गिवर श्री कृष्ण की। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री हरि नाम महामंत्र की जय।